Welcome to your Midlife Indian Summer. Pause and breathe. Feel, let go, heal. Become aware of an unexpected empowerment, an unexpected potential, an unexpected talent in your midlife season. Welcome to the Austin James Haynes podcast. And I'm going to share a poem with you. I'm going to talk about the grounds that I'm on. And this Saturday, we have a special event happening right here. And I'll just give you a little tip. I'm on the grounds of a former encampment fortress brigade called the Conway Brigade at Valley Forge National Park. And this is an area that was occupied during the Revolutionary War by certain brigades, this one being Conway, occupied from December 19th, 1777 to June 18th, 1778. And there's the wind kick up as a cue. The autumn winds are blowing through the valleys behind me. That's the Grand Parade. It was a key part of the revolution. And maybe there's a revolution waiting for you during this midlife season. And as I was preparing for this podcast, I was thinking about this. The toughest fought battles are not the battles on the battlefield. The toughest fought battles play out in the mind. The mind of the individual that is thinking it's over, that has had some bad things happen, some bad decisions. Perhaps a season in your life is coming to a close. Indian summer. An Indian summer is a happy or flourishing period toward the end of something. And midlife typically is the end of what you created in your 20s, 30s. You've created something. You've lived a certain way. And maybe some of that is coming to an end. And it's time to create a happy, flourishing time. Perhaps a new mission, new possibilities. I call them seeds of infinitude. Seeds that lay dormant in you that you're not even aware of. And I want to invite you to not only pause and breathe in this moment, but to pause and breathe in this midlife season, to become aware of these seeds, to detect that there's something there. You don't even know fully what it is, but you've had some feelings of glimmers of hope, with some discontent, with that voice, the battle in the mind telling you it's over, but you continue to believe, to hold on that there's something. As I said, I'm going to share a poem, talk about these grounds, and we'll offer you an invitation to connect with me. The poem that I want to share with you today is not mine, but I do have a quote of mine to follow it. This is a poem by Rumi. For those of you might know that I have been tracking along with a daily poem with Rumi by a book by Coleman Barks called A Year with Rumi. And this is today, October 23rd. At the time of this recording, this was the poem, and I think it's fitting for us as we cycle through midlife. The hurt you, and it's called the silkworm. The hurt you embrace becomes joy. Call it to your arms where it can change. A silkworm eating leaves makes a cocoon. Each of us weaves a chamber of leaves and sticks. Silkworms begin to truly exist as they disappear inside that room. Without legs, we fly. When I stop speaking, this poem will close and open its silent wings. This poem will close and open its silent wings. The hurt you embrace becomes joy. Call it to your arms where it can change. A silkworm eating leaves makes a cocoon. Each of us weaves a chamber of leaves and sticks. Silkworms begin to truly exist as they disappear inside that room. Without legs we fly. When I stop speaking, this poem will close and open its silent wings. During midlife, you may have some hurt, some mistakes. And this poem is really a call to action. And as I opened up, feel, let go, heal. The hurt you embrace becomes joy. And think about this metaphor with the silkworm eating leaves to make a cocoon. The metaphor of not that you're eating your hurt, but you are embracing it, accepting it, and then you are, like the silkworm, maybe turning it into a cocoon. Each of us weaves a chamber of leaves and sticks. Perhaps this hurt, maybe you've been carrying it as a weight, and maybe you can create a cocoon. As it says with the silkworms, begin to truly exist as they disappear inside that room. The metamorphosis, the transformation takes place. Maybe that's what this is for you. Letting go, embracing and letting go. Think about and I'm going to share a future poem called the Embracing of Letting Go. I'll be sharing that in an upcoming podcast. But for now, silkworms begin to truly exist as they disappear inside that room. And perhaps in the pain, the stuff that you've been carrying can create that room where you embrace it and you are integrating all to become truly empowered. Without legs we fly, but inside that room there's a silence. When I stop speaking, this poem will close and open its silent wings. Pause and breathe. And when I invite you to breathe, I would want you to breathe in through your nose. I recommend whatever feels good for you. I encourage you to breathe in through your nose. Pause. And exhale out through the mouth. Getting to midlife is filled with lots of thought, lots of people, lots of content, achievement, doing, obsessing, stressing, maybe escaping. But what you've been seeking is the pause and breathe, to listen deeper inside yourself, to detect something inside yourself. Even though you can't fully label or categorize it, all we need to do is become aware of the hurt, but then simultaneously under that hurt there is something deeper that can transform you when it turns that hurt into power, purpose, meaning, fulfillment, living in this beautiful, blissful moment in this Indian summer. Today, October 23rd, it's going to be 84 degrees today in Valley Forge National Park. I have some bonus footage to follow. It's beautiful. It is the play of life I'm watching as the leaves die, but yet there's flowers blooming. Mums bloom this time of year, and I watched a dead leaf. Even though it's dead, it turns colors, it dislodges, and even as it floats to the ground, it seems to flutter with joy against the blue sky as the shimmering sunlight flickers off it, radiating it in a different way. it enters my eye and I feel it. It touches that seed of infinitude in me and opens me up to an infinite possibilities in a single micro moment. Never the same, oh, never the same. My change was not what I thought. It came in a single, subtle, solitary moment, a conscious moment of awakening. And I want to share with you as we get ready to close this podcast out today. The Indian summer is a happy or flourishing period toward the end of something, but that happy or flourishing period is cultivated by embracing the hurt that you have not faced, the feelings that you have not felt. And if you want to connect, please connect with me at austinjhaynes.com. We can book a call and chat or connect with some other content that I have to help you with that. It's not always easy when you've suppressed your emotions and you don't know how to embrace the hurt. But here's the thing I want to share with you. This came up to me watching the sunrise here yesterday, October 22nd. And this is what I wrote down. When I recognize the newness in this day, I recognize my ability to make a new choice that resonates with my heart and soul. When I recognize the newness in this day, and perhaps when I recognize the newness in this moment, when I recognize the leaf falling to the ground, I recognize my own ability to make a new choice that resonates with my heart and my soul. And I'll add that even if you don't know the road, even if you can't see it, you're confused by it, you feel like some other external event has to happen, I want you to be a rebel and make the decision anyway, void of not knowing how. Void of the how, I should say. Void of, you don't have the how to in this moment, but be a rebel and make the decision to do it. This is Valley Forge National Park. I am seated in the former Conway Brigade, right next to the Grand Parade Valley there. It's a valley. And we're going to be here this Saturday, October 26th. Just enjoy that wind. Beautiful wind blowing things clean for us. And maybe you can hear the crickets, the wind blowing through the tall grass. This Saturday, October 26th, I'm going to be doing an autumn poetic walking tour here on these grounds, followed by a fireside chat. We're going to hear stories of the revolution, stories of Valley Forge. We're going to hear about unsung heroes. We're going to hear the echoes of freedom from the past that might just create or cultivate your voice from deep within you that you've been longing to hear, and all you need to do is show up. This Saturday, October 26th, 4 o'clock, we're going to meet here. I will post this somewhere, so make sure you go to my page, austinjhaynes.com. I'll put it up there. And if you happen to be getting this podcast after that, just go and see what the next event is. Cultivate your Indian summer. Feel, let go, heal, spark a new empowerment. Embrace that hurt so it can turn to joy. And to close out here on the grounds at Valley Forge, Conway Brigade, which was occupied between December 19th, 1777 and June 18th, 1778. Thanks for joining me today. Be sure and connect. Subscribe to this podcast or follow it, or go to austinjhaynes.com. And there's lots of options to connect there. Newsletter, YouTube. You can sign up for my upcoming book list, which is going to be called Seeds of Infinitude. Pause and breathe. And trust what rises up deep within you. Have a glorious day.